Hey guys, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. Let's talk about CD cases. Remember these? If you have been listening to music for decades, if you've owned music for decades, chances are you have owned CDs. You might still own CDs. You might still be purchasing CDs. I sell CDs here in my store, in addition to other things. So what I want to talk about in this video is how to change out CDs, how to replace a broken CD case. Let me be specific. A CD case, not the disc. How to switch them out basically. So let's get to it. Here we have a CD by good old LL Cool J, and let's just say that there was a crack on the back side here. Well, what are we going to do? We're going to have to replace it. Now, first of all, let's understand the parts or components of a CD case. There's three components. So, first of all, let's take out this front artwork or insert. And what we have here is the front piece, or the front-facing part of the case. And this has hinges on it. So you'll see here it has hinges, which basically consist of a little nub here. It's kind of difficult to see, but there's a little nub right there. If you hold it this way, you can sort of see it there. And that, there's supposed to be two of them on either side. Sometimes one of them gets broken, and that's why it doesn't work properly. If you run your finger, you can feel it. And on the bottom part, there's a hole there, or top part. And the bottom part, there's a hole there. And that's where those little nubs go in. Now, take the disc out, and that sits in the tray, the disc tray, which, if I have my right hand, my right thumb here, my finger's behind it, I hold on to that pretty firmly, and then I push down on the side with my other thumb. Pops up like that. So just so you know how to open it, it's pretty simple, so you're not just mangling it. So just hold on tight with the right hand, pops up, and then you can grab it here on the back with the left hand and then pull it up. And that's basically the tray. This just happens to be a clear one, but that's the disc tray where it has the little spindle in the middle. It's called like a hub tray. I've seen it read it called hub tray teeth, and those enable the disc to wrap around it so it doesn't fall out. Okay, so there's that part, and then we have the back artwork, which typically has two little folds here and here, and that sits in the back section of the case. So those are the three components. We've got the back tray, back section, the back section, the back component, the tray here for the disc, and then the front part. That's it for a single disc case. So back to the idea of replacing the case. Let's say the front of it, I know I said the back, but let's do the front first. Let's say the front part is cracked. So you want to take the hinge out. So what you do is you take your left hand, put your two fingers, your pointer finger and your thumb right where the hinge is, and then you take the nail of your thumb and you jam it in between the hinge and the back part of the tray, or of the of the tray. You just lift it up and it comes out. It's pretty simple. So put them back like that. So here it is. It comes out. So that's pretty simple, but you got to be careful because this is easy to break. If it falls, it usually breaks. I can snap it really easily. If you pull it out too hard, it'll snap. Now, of course, if you're replacing it, it doesn't matter. But if you're putting another one in, which is a little different, but regardless, you want to be careful. So then we take out the insert. Let's bring in a new case. And I'm going to do here, I'm just going to take this front piece off, just like I did in the other one. Now, how do you put it in? So I like to start with one side, the bottom part, and put the nub inside of the hole, and then just slide that one until it snaps in. You hear that? Snapped in. Put the insert in there. The insert has little tabs here. Not the insert, the front part of the case has tabs, 2, 3, 4. And sometimes those will leave indentations on the insert, but that's a side note. Slide those in and there you go. Now, what if the back part of the tray is cracked? Well, you still have to take out this part, put your thumb in there, take it out. Now, all you have to do is, remember, remove the tray, the disc tray, putting your thumb here, holding on to the bottom with the other hand, the right hand, popping it up. So that comes out, and then with my finger here, I can grab the artwork and just pull it out like that. So now, let's say this is cracked, so I'm going to throw that out. And now I'm going to get a new one, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put my right hand here on the bottom, my fingers on the bottom, my thumb on the top side, and I'm going to have these 4 fingers with my left hand underneath, and I'm going to push down my thumb, and it pops up. Oops, be careful. If you just rip it like that, sometimes it'll crack the edges. So run your thumb down here and pull up like that. See where my other thumb is? Pulling up. So now we have a brand new case, or at least a non-cracked one, the back side. And then we're just going to pop this in here. Put the artwork first, the tray, push it on the bottom here with the right thumb. Go up to the top, and both thumbs, just push it, and it'll fit in pretty snugly. And then you just pop those in, and there you go. In addition to the clear tray, disc tray, there's of course the black one, which I believe was the first one that I ever put out. So that's the unclear one. There's also white ones. And there's also entirely different colored jewel cases. So these are just 2 that I happen to have. I've seen all kinds of colors, pink, everything. And yeah, so there's different colors as well for single disc. Now, what if you have a 2-disc tray? Here's an example of one. So here's it's a normal, it looks pretty normal, right? Like a normal single disc. But when you open it up, often it'll have, see, it doesn't have it here. Sometimes right here on the spine, on the front here, it'll say two CDs. So on the top you have 1 disc, and then you just turn it over slowly. It'll start to fall open. Oops. And just be careful. Don't yank it. Then you have the second disc. So it's essentially a disc tray that sits on a hinge and rotates and holds 2 discs on either side. Okay. Now, what if you want to replace this? So it's the same thing for the front piece. You just grab it with your thumb, or put your thumb in between there, pull it out. Now, caveat, warning. Sometimes, of course now I gotta be careful. Sometimes this front part for a double case, for a double CD case, jewel case, will not come out. It won't pop out like that. So if you try to do it, with all your might, it'll just break. Some of them are like that. It's hard to tell which ones are, but some are. And you just got to be careful. If it's not coming out, then it's not coming out, and you can't replace the front part. You're going to have to replace the entire jewel case. So again, easy for the front part. Same thing we've seen before. The back, you're going to have to find a matching double CD, double disc case. And then this one happens to have connects here in the middle. So you just put your finger here, actually, or here, and it pops up, your thumb, and it pops up like that, and you can just take it out and replace it. This is the same kind of case, right? So you can put your thumb on either side. I put it on the left side this time. Oops, and it pops up. pops up, and there it is. However, there are other types of double disc cases that are very similar but different in one way. So there's also ones that are clear, of course, right? Same type of thing, tray in the middle. But instead of it opening to the left, there's ones like this. Looks the same, but then you grab it in the middle with your thumb softly, and it opens like that. And it's got a little connection there. It's kind of hard to see. And it's got a hinge there. They're tiny little nubs that connect. And all you have to do is just... Okay, this is a little trickier. You have to be real careful. It's hard to see, but you got to stick your thumb in there. You see, you can hear it, right? Kind of open. I create a little space, and then with this, I pull, and it comes out. But it's not as easy. You got to be careful when you put it back in there so that you don't break it. It's the same thing to pop it back in. So I've got the bottom little nub in the hole, and then up here you got to do the same thing. So you got to pull the top away a little bit and push down on this side, and there it goes. There, it popped in. It didn't really make a sound, but I went in, and now you can close it. So there are two different types of those cases as well. I have another one that is a white tray. It just opens like that. What about the old double disc? And sometimes they're triple, and sometimes they're quadruple disc. Thick jewel cases. I shouldn't say disc, yeah. Anyway, so what about this one? So this one opens differently. It opens like this. And you've got a disc you can put here, a spindle you can put a disc on, spindle you can put a disc on, and then you open it. And you have a spindle here, spindle here. So this one could hold up to 4 discs. Many times, the centerpiece does not have a spindle, and this will just hold the booklet here. And the same thing on the other side where there'll be no spindle. It just can hold another booklet if you need one, and just 2 discs, one there and one here. So if you need to replace this, be careful. But essentially, this this piece here, the disc tray and the back part, or this is the front technically, but this part of the case is the same as a normal single disc. So it's the same back part here. Here, watch. So I'll take the back one off, and I'll leave the disc tray in there. And then this one here, so you see, gotta be real careful because many times I've broken this corner when I'm pulling up. Be careful. Let's see if I can do it. So I put my thumb in, or my fingernail with my thumb. Actually, you know what? It's a little better. There we go. There. So I put my fingernail right here on that edge in between there, and it popped out. And this is the same thing as this. So now I just align. There's a nub. It's hard to see, huh? There it is. See it there? There's a nub there. And you put that in the hole. And then I pull up a little bit on this part, and it will pop in the hole and close. Now, what if you want to replace this part? Well, same thing. You just take off the hinge there, the back part off there, and there you go. This is that piece. See what it looks like? Again, there's some that don't have the spindles, some that do. Some that only have one, and the other one doesn't. So there's different types. Now, as a bonus, as a fun bonus, I wanted to show you a couple of weird ones. This one isn't super weird, but here is a single disc holder. It's usually for singles. Not the single disc, but singles, like as in a music single, one song or a couple songs, and it's got the tray here. But there's no backing. This is just one piece. There's only 2 pieces. And you can take it off at the hinge here, or disconnect it at the hinge if you need to replace it. It's very narrow. Thin, rather. Very thin compared to the other one. There's that one. This one's funky, which I hardly ever see. You can hold 2 discs. and it just opens up, so it kind of looks like this one, right? It's not as thick, but it's two discs, which I hardly see these, but that's kind of rare. And then this one is something that I've seen with audiobooks, but sometimes with discs as music CDs as well. It can hold multiple discs. So you open it here in the front. It's got one there, one here, another one there, and then back here you can put the artwork. Hopefully that will help you with any broken jewel cases, CD jewel cases that you're trying to replace. And yeah, if you have any questions, give me or comment below with any questions, and I'll definitely respond. Again, I'm Andrew from 510 Books. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We talk about things that have to do with reselling books and media and other types of stuff like replacing jewel cases for CDs. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.